Today, we're bringing you a pre-code adventure film full of romance and action in celebration of National Hispanic Heritage Month, and you can watch it for free on the new free streaming app Momitu. From director King Vidor and RKO, this is 1932's Bird of Paradise, starring Mexican-born actress Dolores Del Rio. I'm Harry Marks. You can find me on TikTok at Lobby Intros as the host of the classic film history channel Let's All Go to the Lobby. Bird of Paradise tells the story of a sailor, played by Joel McCrea, who is rescued by island native Luana, played by Del Rio. The two quickly fall in love, but Luana is hiding a dark secret about the volcano on the island, that once it erupts, she's to be sacrificed to keep it at bay. Del Rio had come to Hollywood during the silent era, after her family had fled Mexico during the Mexican Revolution. She was discovered by First National Pictures director Edwin Carew, who put her in his 1925 romantic comedy, Joanna. After that, Del Rio was in high demand. Though Bird of Paradise takes place in the tropics, the film's establishing shots were actually filmed on location in Hawaii before the script was even finished. Vidor's plans to shoot the rest of the film there fell through, however, when rough weather moved in, so the rest of the production was moved back to the States. Though it's not widely known, Bird of Paradise is a very important film for a number of reasons. For one, it's the first sound film to feature a full symphonic score from beginning to end. It also marks the debut of actor Creighton Chaney, better known by his stage name, Lon Chaney Jr. But the film's reputation really hinges on its wider effect on the industry as a whole. For example, there's one scene in which Dolores Del Rio swims in the buff. The truth was she wasn't entirely au naturel in the scene. She was wearing flesh-colored underwear. But her brazenness was enough to spur the creation of a brand new Catholic organization that would take on such unsavory content directly, the Legion of Decency. It was the Legion of Decency that eventually forced Hollywood to enforce the motion picture production code on the films it was making. You probably know it by another name, the Hays Code. There was also the relationship between the two main characters, something that would no longer be allowed following the introduction of the Hays Code. Del Rio was Mexican, while McCrea was white. The code forbade depictions of interracial relationships on screen. Bird of Paradise was one of several films of the era that hitched itself to an explosion of interest in, quote, exoticism, especially where it concerned Polynesian culture and regions. Quite a few films were either set on a Polynesian island or filmed in a related location, like Hawaii. There was 1937's The Hurricane, starring Dorothy Lamour, as well as The Moon and Sixpence, starring George Sanders from 1942. Much of this interest could be traced back to the 1915 Panama Pacific International Exhibition in San Francisco, California, a 10-month-long celebration of the completion of the Panama Canal. A special building, known as the Hawaiian Pavilion, was built with funding from the Hawaiian legislature itself. Inside, visitors listened to musicians singing songs on their ukuleles as hula dancers swayed along to the music. For many Americans, this was their introduction to Polynesian culture, and it quickly took Hollywood by storm. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to boost interest in Bird of Paradise. The film reportedly lost $250,000 at the box office. But regardless of its success, or lack thereof, it's still a significant piece of American film history. So here it is, starring Dolores Del Rio, Joel McCrea, and John Halliday. From RKO Pictures in 1932, this is King Vidor's Bird of Paradise, now playing for free on Momitu.